Hi guys, hope you're all doing well. I just tried to do a live a second ago and I think I lost reception, so here we go again. So I wanted to speak about the law of attraction and really clarify a couple of bits and pieces, because so many people are in a thought process of the law of attraction means you just sit around and you don't do anything. You just kind of have this wishful thinking and things just happen. And I want to start by saying, yes, that can happen, and no, that can't happen, which could be quite contradicting in itself. However, I will explain. And I want to say that this is probably all stemmed from the movie The Secret. And don't get me wrong, I find that the movie The Secret is absolutely phenomenal and gives us an amazing basis to work from. It really does. However, I think a lot of people got left confused into being able to just think something and it happens. And yes, right, so this is where I want to start. So we do think things and things happen because we're manifesting 24/7. And whoever's joined me, hi, good to see you there. So we're manifesting 24/7. So whatever is happening in our everyday life is because of the previous thoughts we've thought and the current thoughts we're thinking, previous emotions and actual present emotions. So I'm going to start from here. So if you are a person who has really got the momentum of life going and things are really working out in your favor and you know how you're doing it and you're very tuned in, you meditate, you take time out for yourself, you're very aware of your thought process, you're very aware of who you are, what you're about, what the actions you're taking, and you're very specific into what you do daily and you work towards your goals, and you are in a high vibe most of the time. I'm not saying all the time because a lot of people have this confusion with me that I'm always on this high vibe, but you can't just have a high and not a low. So anyway, so if you're on that high vibrating energy and you're really tuned in and you've got a really good momentum going in your life, then you will find that you think and things happen. And when I say things happen, I could be having a conversation about cats. Let's say, for argument's sake, I could be having a conversation about cats and I will then see a number of cats around me. And that's because I'm already on a good thought process. I'm already in that direction and I'm already manifesting without resistance would be the right word to use there. I'm not resisting what's coming to me. So I'm in an ebb and flow as such. I'm like, I'm just bopping along down the river, kind of going, and everything kind of works in my favor because I'm in that mindset and I'm in that feeling already. Now, let's go rewind a little bit and say you're somebody who hasn't practiced taking time for yourself, hasn't practiced and understood your thought process, hasn't practiced and understood your emotions, and you're quite somebody who just reacts to things like this and spends a lot of time complaining and putting things out there, then no, things will not manifest. The things that you want will not manifest there and then for you the way it would if you was tuned in, because you're not tuned in and because you haven't got that ebb and flow as such. So this is why it's so important to understand the difference, because people ask, and I really wanted to just put it out there to say yes, and yes, it does work that you can manifest in seconds without taking action. There's still action. If I think of a cup of tea and somebody offers me a cup of tea, the action would be for me to hold that cup of tea and drink it. That would be my action base. So there is always action behind it, but not necessarily big action to be taken as such. So I think there's just two sides of the coin here, which both work in the same aspect of things. So just be very understanding in the fact that if you are in a really high vibe and things already on a good momentum for you and you're manifesting at a good level, then any thoughts that you have will manifest in seconds. And then if you're not in that frequency yet and you're not in that place yet, which is all absolutely fine, because we all have a journey to take and it all happens at its right time as far as I'm concerned, as what I've experienced in my life too. And so if you're on the other side of the coin and you're not quite there, it's a lot more it's not so much of an ebb and flow. It will be a big resistance between things. So if you wanted something like, oh, I want a new house, but you've never put the work in mentally and emotionally and spiritually to be able to tune into that new house, then it'll probably be a longer process because of our belief system. And this is the next part to it. We have a belief system that either holds us back or allows us to just go for it and do what you're doing. Hi everyone. I can see the comments coming up. I can't actually read them because I am driving. I am hands-free. I do have a speaker, and my phone is magnified, or no, that's not the word. I have a magnet which is connected there, so I don't have to hold my phone either. So sorry, it's getting dark right now. Maybe the timing was a little bit out for my lighting purposes. But yeah, the whole point is that law of attraction does require action. To some degree, you do need to take some action. So whether it is somebody phoning you and you've thought of somebody, it could be that somebody, you could think, oh my God, I haven't spoken to this person in a long time, and maybe a couple of years, let's say, and all of a sudden you get a phone call and it's that person. Now, if you don't answer the phone call, which is the action, then you won't actually connect with them. But you have seen that your thoughts do manifest, and it does create your reality. So that could be a very proven point for you. Maybe you don't want to talk to them. You just thought about them. They've called you, and there they are. And it's up to you to take that action. To whether you answer that phone call and take it to the next level and start speaking about whatever you're going to talk about. But that's just an example. So it's really about tuning into yourself and understanding and having a pure awareness and having that accountability for you. So when things are happening, we're not playing this blame game, because the blame game is what holds us back too. That we can take responsibility for everything that happens and accept that it comes down to us and our movements, our words, our actions, our vibration. Then we can make life a lot more clearer, a lot more smoother, and a lot more in an understanding place. And I tell you what, it's absolutely changed my life being super aware of my thoughts. And I've seen, certain situations come around and I feel my energy. I feel that I'm out of whack as such. Like, it's not I know I'm not aligned with what I want to happen. So therefore, when it doesn't happen, I'm not upset because I know I'm doing it. It's for me to realign myself and get myself into that place in order for these things to happen and take the action. I can't buy a house without doing the process behind it. I have to go and search for the house. I've got to go and do the viewings on the house. I have to get monies in place, a mortgage in place if I'm not buying outright. There's a lot of moving parts to this. You have to have solicitors in place. Now, you could enter a competition, absolutely. And then this is where the flip side comes, where you've entered a competition and there's a house available for you there and then. You don't have to do any of that. Maybe it's win £1 million house forever, it's yours. You've entered this competition and you happen to be the winner. But again, if you don't turn up to collect those keys, which is the action part, then you won't actually live in that house, right? So this is why law of attraction requires action. And actually, attraction, if you break the word down, the end word to it is action. So we have the attraction part and we have the action part. So we really need to get clear on this and understand and realize and take note of what's happening around us in accordance to what our thought process is and how we're feeling. And I just think this is so important because we all want to be happy. We can't deny that. We want happiness. Whether we're miserable and in horrible situations right now, we can start where we are and start to change that process around by aligning with yourself with a high vibe energy. Start to tap into what you really want and get into that place where you can relax and trust and have faith that these things that you've asked for are happening, and you will get the nudges. I'm telling you, you'll get that inspiration behind you to be able to take that action, and you'll know. So I just put that light on, so I just realized it's completely dark. So yeah, anyway, I will read all your comments after. Thank you everybody who's joined me. I hope that really blessed you. It just came to me as I jumped in the car, so I thought, you know what, this is my inspired action right this moment. to be able to take that action and put out what I was thinking to speak about. And here we are. So I'm going under a tunnel so you can see me a lot more clearly. So yeah, here we are taking the action. And now, before I go, I just want to point out, I could have had that thought and I could have kept that thought to myself. I could have even spoken it out loud to myself. But that would not be able to get me where I am here speaking with you guys and having you guys join me and hearing what I'm saying. So that would have been kind of pointless just keeping it to myself and not working with the law of attraction. Obviously, the law of attraction has inspired a thought in me, inspired a subject to speak about, given me the words. I'm attracting the right words through divine guidance right now to be able to speak to you guys, and doing the live is my action behind it. So there we go, guys. It's all about action and aligned action and listening to those nudges within you and taking that inspired action to be, do and have anything you choose. But it all starts with a thought process and understanding what you're thinking, how you're thinking, your emotions and the actions you take on a daily basis. So important. Really be aware of these things and you'll watch your life change. I promise that. I've been there, I've done it, I'm still doing it. I still have to keep myself I still have to keep myself on track. Doesn't matter how successful, unsuccessful, or whatever word you want to put to it, it always comes down to you. Take away the blame game. It's not anything that's happening in your life right now. It's down to you. You have to take responsibility for it. And I don't mean that something's negative has happened and we put the fingers, but I mean you have the ability to tune in and turn things around to make you feel better and give you a better life forward. And on that note, everybody, lots of love. Thank you for sticking around and listening. And like I said, once I get to my destination, I will reply to all your messages and I will see you guys soon. You have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, whatever it is, and enjoy. And I'll speak to you guys later. And just to say, it is absolutely pouring with rain here. Happy days. Anyway, take care, everyone. See you later. Bye.